This is video number 2. As far as revenue, I was just looking at Facebook, and Facebook revenue is 17 billion. So as soon as I heard that, I heard a real loud noise. It's thunder. Thundercats. I was joking. Alright, so 17 billion. That kind of was loud too. Alright, where we at? 359 billion. That's a lot of money for 17 billion in revenue. So that means there's a lot more investors in it than there is revenue. So it's like saying that's a risky stock. So if you wanted to find out how it could be managed, say 359 times probably like 6%. I'll say 7%. Oops, 7%. Actually, it was 6 like I thought. No, it's actually lower than that. 4%, 5%. So it's about 5%. So that company actually has 5% ownership of itself, while the rest of the economy owns that company as far as investment purpose. So then you say, okay, how does this work? The other ones, okay, for example, let's say it's Exxon. Say, what's Exxon's revenue? Exxon's revenue. Theirs is 268 billion. That's pretty good. And 363. So you want to say 363 times, I said about like 80%. So 268. So they probably own about like 75%. No, 72, 73. They own 74% of their company. As far as how that works. So they're supporting the move that's over them. So the thing about it is like saying, because they have one of the best market cap to revenue ratios out of the ones I've done so far. So it's like saying if my company has 60%, theirs have 74 I said? Yeah, 74%. So that's 14% higher. So they just put a leverage on it, and it's like a hedge, or they call it a hedge fund. So it's always a 14% profit on all of that. So if you say, for example, Microsoft, or if even, let's just do Apple since that's the largest one up there. I already looked it up, but I'll do it again. So Apple, 233. So do 579. 579 times 60 times 50 times 48. So they own less. See what I'm saying? 272, 233. I'm tripping, my bad. Yeah, so they own like 41% or 40%. So from Exxon, they're one of the highest ones. And if you want to see what Google is, let's do it like this. I already did Google. 74 billion. You already know that one's real low. So I ain't gonna do that one. Microsoft, I think I already did that one. Which is real low. So you can see all the top three are real low. Amazon 363. Theirs was, I did that one earlier. Where is it? 363. Okay. So I just do Amazon right quick. And oh, that's already 107. So okay, so 107, and they say 363. So what's 363? 363 times, and theirs is 107. So it's actually less than 41%. It's probably about, I'm just saying 32 because I'm 32. 30. No, that's probably like 20, 28, 101. No, it's 29. I don't know what it is. It's 30. So I say about 30% for them. All right, so who else? So the top 5, out of top 5 is Exxon. That's what I was saying. I just said that even before I even did the math. So I looked at the revenues first, but I never did the math until I recorded the video because I was like, it's going to be too much math. I'm going to have to go back and remember which one I thought was first based off the market cap to revenue ratio and all the other stuff. So Exxon will actually be number 1 out of all these companies right now. As far, not all of them, but out of these top 7, Berkshire Hathaway might be a challenge. Let's see, 359. I already looked there. It's up. Let's see, where is it? Berkshire 359. Remember 359. 210. Okay, so you just be like 359. 59 times 60. So it's 210. Yeah, about 59. So yeah, that's about 59%. So out of the top 7, Exxon to win. That's a transportation company, I guess, because we all had to get somewhere, so they use the transport first. So transportation is usually most stable. So you want to find a market leader, that's where you start. If you look at, if you don't think it's a market leader, look at this. Top, hold up, where is it? Top largest revenue, and I've been had this video up, but the top one is oil and gas, other than Walmart. So Walmart's making more revenue because they actually have, let's see, hold on. 482. Oh yeah, I know why. Because their revenue surpasses their market cap. So it's like saying, forget what you invest in, we have all the money. So Walmart actually outdoes Exxon. So it's like Walmart first, then Exxon. But let's see. And Wells Fargo already did that one, so they didn't outdo them. So let's see. I want to see what JP Morgan look like. They gonna be mad if I put this video on YouTube. I might not even make any sense, but to them, they probably, man, you didn't go to school with JP Morgan. Revenue 96. Well, 96, JP Morgan. That's all right. That's less than half. I already can tell you that. So let's see. With that kind of money, that market cap, like I said. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Apple has 570 billion. Walmart is 482. So let me see. 482. So Walmart already is in the top number 1, but they already made their number 2 Exxon. So it's like Walmart, then Exxon. And then percentage wise, so Walmart is, of course, like, it's not even a percentage on that. It's like saying they give away half their money to the market just to keep the market going. You see what I mean? So they give away half of their money to keep the market going, at least half. Because if you look at it, 482 divided by 2. Let me see. I ain't gonna do that math right now. I just want to literally do it. 482 divided by 2. That's 241. All right, 241. So 241. Let's see, where is it? Oh, that is 241. So yeah, they have their market cap is 229. So yeah, they can divide their revenue in half and still have more than their market cap. Meaning they could fire half their people and say we don't need a market, and then still have more than enough to outdo $200 billion of whichever company is on this list. So it's like saying at number 13, if you're lower than 13, they could shut down all their business and do no business with them and make the next company in line do business, which is the oil companies. Exxon. That's why like Exxon's probably number 2. So it's like Walmart's like, look, people went to war, they respect that. People in the military, they respect that. The government, they respect that. So the government fights against the business. So it's like saying if they're in charge with 5 or 400 billion in revenue, they're the warlords. It's like saying, because you look at oil and gas, largest list of companies by revenue. Watch, I'll go back to that so I can incorporate it in this video real quick. All right, so let me see. Largest companies of revenue. Largest company revenue. Here you go, right here. All right, so I'm gonna click on this one. No, this ain't the one I clicked on the other time. Hold up. Click on this. Come on. They messing my internet up. They like, hey, don't let him find that out. It's none of his business. He doesn't need to know. Come on, man. Dang on. Anyway, thank you. I'm just saying. Now, look at the countries. Start the countries, because money ain't everything. China. See what I'm saying? So, it's the United States versus China. Now, it's not no big bank take little bank either. It's a leverage thing. Because if you want to think about it, look at this. There are 2 companies that outdo ours by 1. And that's totally all on oil and gas. This means a lot more people get transported around. A lot more people that have to be secured. So it's more like aggression versus progression. So America is aggressive. As we all know, progress is the next one. So I would think that it's a progression. I'm not trying to be rude, but these 2 names, one says Wang and the other one says Wang. I would think that those people possibly married or something. I mean, not married, but that's just weird. I don't know. They're probably not married, but they just had the same first name, different last names. That's kind of strange. Let me see. 1962. Oh, okay. I think I know what happened. He changed his last name. Wow. He probably changed his last name. Let me see something. I'm going to just find out right quick. Sorry, guys. Hopefully it ain't messing with nobody's mind or whatever. So, all right, let's see. Hold on. So the other person's name is Wang also. Oops. Wang. Call this other guy's name. So what I came to realize is the largest companies by revenue, as you can see, they rated Walmart as number 1. The other name is spelled Tainpu. Tain. All right. So I'm gonna see if there's a difference between the 2. So it looks like it's probably the same people. The president. That's the president. Tainpu is the president. And Yellen is the chairman. Oh, okay. So what that tells me is that it's a chairman, of course, and it's a president. So the president would be first, then the chairman. So since America has to respect the president, Walmart is for the president. And the chairman will be the next American company, which would be, the chairman would be Exxon. So a chairman usually gives like forms of instructions, just like a president does, but the president gives instructions to the chairman. So the chairman is like underneath the chain of chief of command, commander-in-chief has to say. So as you can see, most of the time the president does what? Uses Exxon or Mobility to go and fight for what? Oil and gas. So that's government. So where it looks to me is like saying the chairman is in Texas and the president is in Arkansas. So this is gonna sound funny, but who's the nearest president in Arkansas? I think the Clintons are from Arkansas. So let me see. Clintons, Clinton, from Arkansas. Oops. I probably spelled that wrong. Come on, phone. Dang. They try way out there, try to get this out the way. Let's see. They're from Arkansas. Come on. What's wrong with this phone? See, now it doesn't want to work. Alright. Come on now. Alright. So hold on, it doesn't even say. I'm gonna scroll down. It just says when he was born, but it doesn't say where. Oh, there it is. Arkansas. Yeah, see how that's funny. That's too funny. Moo ha 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 ha. Spooky. Guess what? They're gonna say, oh, we're gonna get everybody. And the concentration camps are in Walmart. That's all that fear mongering stuff. Told ya. So they have twice as much money over. So if we ever came into a problem with China, they're like, oh, best believe what? The best believe what? Then that's when the problems start. Because look at it like this. Y'all want to fear this stuff. Look at it. Look. Walmart. That's like, excuse me. So in Arkansas. Alright. That's the headquarters in Arkansas. Who's running for president? Alright. So if we give the presidency to Donald Trump, what do you think might happen? Not give it, but when he earns it, what do you think might happen? They might say, hey, we have twice as much money over than him. He filed bankruptcy. What he said doesn't matter. Listen to what we're saying. Who is we? Well, the married people who are trying to take over the White House. They are literally trying to take it over, and then if Donald Trump become president, we'll have control over Walmart. Which means we'll have control over our money. But if they become president, if Clinton becomes president, they'll have control over privacy. So there will be like no privacy if you're not married. If you are married, that's when they'll give you your privacy. If you aren't married, they're going to give you money. They're going to just be like, okay, well, we're Democrats. What do Democrats normally do? Just give them money. When they get married, then we'll invade their privacy. But if a Republican get in there, it's going to be like, we're already in your privacy, and we're not going to give you any money. We're going to just go ahead and make the wars spark so they can get more money. And meaning it's going to do this. It's going to go straight to the chairman. So the money is going to go to the CEOs. And then your privacy will be invaded by the company you work for. So basically, like, they're going to be like, where does he go every day? Where is his transportation at? Who does he talk to? And then when Republicans get, there's going to be a large increase in government if Republican gets in there, which means higher security, measures. So they fear you out because they say, look, if you get them in there, it's going to be martial law. See what I'm saying? Because it's government. And then the martial law will try to attack who? The biggest retailer, which is, or not the biggest retailer, the wealthiest one with the most revenue. They'll try to attack Walmart. So they'll be invading Walmart and then be trying to, if they can take over Walmart, they'll try to put people in there like people see on the videos. But that's so far-fetched. By that time, who we have to fight? From here, started near the bottom, and then coming up, which would be China. We had to go to fight China. Now, who we going in problems with now? Royal Dutch Shell. See, they're already fighting. Look, Exxon is right here. The chairman is already fighting who? The man is fighting who? The woman. Who is what? Who is who, I mean. Who? To the queen. He fights her by age. And then it pulls the markets down because she pulls out. And then they put their eye on who? China, the internationals, the Asians. So by the time they start that's gonna be the next spot. They already went to the Arabias. So the Arabia is like trying to push one down, and the United States is trying to push one up. Like that. So it's like push down Beijing. You know, and then it's like push up, push down London. Those are the two ways they're fighting. So right now, you have to see a strengthening U.S. dollar. Hey, but check this out. I'm going to show you something right quick. Watch this. What have I seen and what have we all seen lately? Strengthened dollar, right? Watch this. The movers and shakers for the non-farm payroll on August the 5th. Non-farm meaning the job numbers throughout the United States of America, which influences the whole foreign exchange $2.2 trillion market, which is worth more than the first three companies I could mention. It's worth more than these first three companies here. First four, matter of fact. So I'm telling y'all something that's beyond their measurement of companies. Even if it was Olympics, you say it's gold, silver, bronze. Gold, silver, bronze still ain't $2 trillion. So what's showing right here? $2 trillion, right? What I just mentioned earlier, the U.S. dollar being the strongest one. Look, where's the queen at? Great Britain, right? What's over top of her? Australia. It's the chairman. The man with the chair who's working for the global elites, for the ones that get them mobile. Exxon is putting the pressure on the queen. The global companies, transportation companies, putting pressure on her. Pressure bust pipes, you ever heard that? Stress, all that. So then the U.S. dollar is over top of it. It's like a form of government, a form of law. So they ain't gonna let it get that far. And as you see, the CAD is the lowest one, which shows in self-evident truth that what they say, they call it the loony dollar, meaning the dollar, when it's higher than the CAD, the prices of oil gets cheaper. You think I'm making it up? Watch this. I'll do it right now. I'll Google it. Let's just see what happened. Matter of fact, I don't have to Google it. I have an app for that. So let's see what oil prices did on the non-farm weekend. Oh, I was right. Look, crude oil. Haha, that's funny. Crude oil has went down. It was a change of negative 0.13%. But they still lied, because look at that. That's 24-hour chart, so it probably ain't lied, but it probably was higher than that if you look back a little further. But if this is 24-hour chart, then for that whole day they lied, because the chart is actually higher than the open. Meaning what I'm saying is, when you look at all the way to the left, you see that's lower, and the far right is higher. That's wild, yo. So I'm just calling fraud on that one from afar. I ain't even in the game yet. I don't need to be. So this is like, okay, now what? What am I supposed to say now? Ain't too much more I can say, man. It's freaking crazy. So Exxon just committed fraud if they actually in control of the oil markets, which actually is supposed to be showing charts. And if that's not true, let's check the companies. Matter of fact, which one? CNBC or CNN? Well, CNB comes before CNN, so I'll go to CNBC. CNBC, and let's just see what it be. You feel me? I was joking. Come on. This internet moving slow. Come on. Alright, I understand it. I was gonna say they don't want me to see that. Jeez. Alright, so these are the ads. These are the people. They get their credit. Now, start here. Now they pop back the credit to me like, Cricket, you get some credit too if you tell us what you doing, how you know all this stuff, what you talking about, tell us. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Trying to make me look like a monkey or gorilla. Looking back in the mirror trying to tell me it's vanity for the female because a V is a deuce. WV, hold up, HIJK, QISTUV, then a W, my bad. So it's a V, which is a 2, which is a next female 2. Adam, Eve, 1, 2. No sexist stuff, feminist stuff or nothing. I'm just talking. Don't feel like I'm trying to be rude to anybody. I love all of y'all. You heard me? See that? Look. Who's standing the game from the lies? The media. Look at the oil VIX. The volatility index is down because they're like, hey, look, I'm good. I don't need no money. Let's give it all to the FT, CNBC, or the S&P Global, meaning the richest person on TV. Or you can say, excuse me, the richest people on TV, the elite 100 CEOs, executives, they putting that money right there. Look at oil. Like I said, it's going to be down. I called that. And I'm going to look at the chart. Look at it so you can see if they made it go down like it's supposed to. Come on. Here's internet problem again. It don't be no problem until I start really pinching the penny corners. Seeing it like it is. They be like, slow this boy down. What I supposed to slow down for, man? I'm already old as it is. Daggone. See, look at that. I told ya. How does it say negative 0.31 if it's a little bit above the close? I don't get it. That's like saying it opened to the far left, then it closed there. So how is it negative? That don't make sense. That should be positive. Look, it even shows little green lines like right at the top of the thing. So anyway, I ain't gonna go through all that. I'm not gonna go through all that. I ain't trying to think about all that. It's too much for me to be financially struggling when I'm calling this out. So let's see which sectors are involved the most in this. Watch this. This is how you really figure it out. You be like, okay, it's a sector that's doing this because it's the United States. It's a government, secret societies, and all this other stuff. It's somebody in the United States. If I can't find out, then I just look and say, what's the sectors? So the most paid sector is the financials. It's all about the money. Follow the paper trail. I'm talking about the money, so I know about the money. So the next is the industry. The industry is related to the Swiss banks. They're the negative 75%. The people who ain't getting nothing. So this is mostly an international thing. This is international fraud on an international level. They let Donald Trump's fraud go. Now they want to punish us for that. So they make their banks negative to influence punishment. It's like saying pessimistic, being pessimistic. So they use their finances to be pessimistic over our industries where we work at. Our supervisors get hard on us. They want to, threaten our jobs and all this stuff. But since jobs just increased, they're not worried about our job. They're not worried about the jobs of the poor. They're worried about the jobs of the wealthy. As you can see, utilities are low, meaning that's an assistance to who? Welfare recipients. Look at it. Look at where it says price. What's the cheapest one on here? Telecom. Look, it's affordable. Who needs it mostly? The people without money. Who needs utilities? The poor. So this is now an attack on the rich. Who's fussing about this? I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Bible say, leave it behind. The rich man came to Jesus and said, how can I be with you? He said, leave all your riches behind and follow me. One of the people said, it's what should I do with my money? And Jesus said, whose face is on the money? He said, Caesar. He said, give it to Caesar. So Jesus is like using communication and utilizing the people as water utilizes our pipes. So it's a form of managing yourself, or who you talk to, how you communicate. So the nearest one that's positive, that's still the lowest, would be health. Or not health, consumer staples, which is a form of food. So we feed, what Jesus do right after that, broke bread and fish and fed people. And then after that, what happened? They became healthy. Look, health is right here in the middle, 0.25. Then after they became healthy, then what happened? They gained material. They became materialistic. They went right back to their sinful nature. Materials takes away from which one? Telecom or utilities? It's more likely utilities, because whatever you utilize is material. You can communicate with anybody, but the word says your tongue is mightier than a two-edged sword. So a sword still comes from material. So that's why you can't be materialistic, because you don't know what your sword is used for. So then, by the time you get past material, what's next? It would be, after 0.35, it would be energy. So that shows you, and this is non-farm too. The reason I'm doing it on this segment is because non-farm comes out once a month. It jurisdicts the whole global economy performance, the whole world. So by the time you see the performance of it, you know this is where this company's going to go. This is where this currency is going to go. $2 trillion industry, probably $4 trillion by now. Because I know it's gone up since I remember people saying $2 trillion about like 5 years ago. So, you know, you think about it and say, okay, what's after that trillion in energy? Then the energy comes after the energy to maintain life, sustain life, multiply fruitfulness. Let's see, 0.8. Then what will be next? 102. Industry. That's when time's lost. That's where time comes in. After the energy's used, they use your energy for time. See what I'm saying? The industry, remember I said at first the Swiss is the industry. Swiss timepieces, time. It's all in your face like it's real, but it's so weird. What comes after the industry? Whatever is outside of time, or what's out of time, which would be the consumer discretionaries, meaning the vehicles, the way you get around. So out of time, that's the vehicle. So then what happens after that? Technology. That's the most profitable thing. Knowledge is power, like they say. So look at that. Look how much money technology is worth on the price. And it's up the highest out of most of them. The financials is above that. So they put money above all at this point in time. So that's a form of generosity, because they have it, so they're putting it above the technology. So right now you have more than you can ration, than you can give out. You have more money than you can give. So you just give an advantage. So as you see, the advantage is all the other stuff I just talked about before that. So let me go ahead and just take this off the screen, take this off the screen. And the advantage they're getting is what? Investment opportunity. They're making up stuff. Like I said in the other video, over in Switzerland, they make up stuff. They have to say this is what this is in stock comparison to this. So it can look like it's outweighed the other one, but it didn't. You know, it's kind of like an imbalance in order to sustain stability in the mind, to keep you from not realizing what's going to happen or what is being encouraged to happen from another company. For example, like if Walmart's in charge, they're the ones who's encouraging it. And then if it goes to Exxon, they're the ones who allow it. So it's like the president the president allows and Exxon encourages. So it's like, get out, do something with yourself. The president's like, I'll allow you to tell him that, because he does need to do something with himself. And then it's like a form of instruction and order. Like they say, order out of chaos, but the president is really in chaos looking for order. So the orders come from Exxon. So that's how things get executed, as in EX. So it's like an executive. See what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.